even though I document everything, people still really don't fathom or remember why parts of the story are the way they are. You know, they forget all about the murder for hire and weapons dealer and, illegal weapons to other gang members and, and when they think of that even, they forget the fact that I knew nothing about any of that until I had already done my 4 years in prison and been out of not only parole, but I was on probation when Regina started calling my probation officer and telling him a bunch of cockamamie stories that I was seen stalking their neighborhood in Easton, which at the time I had no idea of where they lived, and I was not even thinking about them at the time. I had just remarried and had a wonderful job and just came back from a beautiful trip to the Bahamas and Jamaica, and we stayed in a penthouse suite in a Carnival cruise ship. I mean, I was not thinking about stalking the Hermans, believe me. I had a beautiful new Asian wife. I mean, come on now. But anyway, when Regina didn't get the kind of response she wanted, her mistake was she went over my probation officer's head and talked to his boss. So then, of course, they had to investigate Regina's accusations, which were found to be completely unfounded. Not one thing was true. And I was finally told by my probation officer that his exact words, "Your sister Regina is a nut. She's been out to get you since you turned yourself in before you went to prison. Judge Ford has been part of some of the things that, Regina needed help with. And my probation officer even knows Michael Barrett, who's the retired Westport detective and now a private investigator who Regina also harassed." So, I mean, there are so many things that are documented now that were done to me, and still nobody, and I'm not looking for revenge or anything, and how about if I'm able to get what my father intended for me to have, and then nobody ever has to see me again? I mean, I would dig that, and I would go for that. But people are so selfish and greedy, they would rather keep me around to see how much I suffer, see how and if and what's ever going to happen if I could somehow pull up and out of this. I mean, Regina especially loved all the crazy horror flicks and Saw, and she used to watch soap operas like Dark Shadows and all the creepy crawly stuff. So she is completely into humans suffering mentally and physically. But I don't know. Hopefully someday the right person will come along and just straighten it out enough for me to be able to enjoy the rest of my life the way Milton had intended for me. I mean, after I saved his life, that was the one thing he promised I would never have to worry about. And I didn't even care about that. But now that I'm 55, and actually I never did care about that. I've been fine for the past 25 years. But now that I'm older, and I've lived my life working construction, and I took care of Young for 15 years, and now she's all set, no matter what, whether we stay together or not, I think it's my turn to have a little something of my own. And for some reason, not one other person ever stepped up to the plate with me. Well, we'll see what happens.